terms of the challenges that our editorial team at the Review of International Studies faced, I mean, the most obvious is that our tenure started in January 2020, and by mid-March, we were in the pandemic, and what we thought, or what the whole world thought, would be a temporary interruption of events was really a transformation of how we had to approach the entire editorial process. And so, trying to pivot, how do we reschedule events to make them virtual? I mean, this was a question and challenge faced, across the field or across academia. So it wasn't necessarily unique to the Review of International Studies. But we found a few interesting ways to hold our workshops in a virtual format, trying to split them over different weeks to kind of still create that kind of small group engagement, and also acknowledge the Zoom fatigue that others had. The other challenge that is become well known is that the pandemic increased the kind of the challenge of finding reviewers. There were a number, obviously people were taxed in multiple ways. So finding appropriate reviewers who had the time to commit to review became more of a challenge. And that became a frustrating process for many scholars, because it meant also that articles took longer to get through the process. I'll be honest, I don't know that as a field, in terms of as an industry of academic publishing, if we've been able to quite grapple and solve that problem. So I would encourage people to just appreciate the amount of work that's being done on the side of the editorial team to really find reviewers and ensure that the review process, the integrity of the review process, remains intact. And that I think we just have to accept that, at least for a time,